Virgo October 2018. How are you? No. How really are you? Okay, let's get into it. What do we have? We have the new moon and we have the sun starting off in Libra, which is your second house, which is what you value, and money. So right after your birthday, the month after that is a time for you to make some money, honey, for new job opportunities to pop up, for you to just charge ahead, being all that time that you take to organize. Just don't overthink too much. Trust more, have a little bit more faith in you and your greatness and your wonderfulness, and knowing that you overthink things more than everybody else. Don't be a negative Nancy, be a positive Paula, because we're getting into Scorpio season, a season that you get along great in. Why? Because the Virgo sextile Scorpio. You're probably going to have more scorpionic people in your life. You might even have more Scorpio boyfriends, along with Cancers. Perhaps Pisces. So now let's move forward to the big themes are Venus in retrograde, and Pluto going forward, and the new moon in Libra, the full moon in Taurus. Let's start off with Venus retrograde. This is happening in your third house. So your relationship with your brothers and sisters or roommates or those best friends of yours in your close circle. Short trips, small group text messages, just one-on-one text messages, emails. We have Venus going retrograde there. So thinking about that area in your life more, and whether the relationships that are helpful to me, which ones aren't. Libra is the scales in one hand, and then Lady Justice with a sword in the other. Cutting off the ones that no longer serve us and for our soul development. Dropping that sword down to cut off the things that no longer serve us. There could be trauma in something that brings you and your brothers and sisters together in a scorpionic way. That could bring you closer together. So, Virgo, what do you have to offer that? Is to not stress out,
our lives,
but to be the great mediator that you are, the servant that you are, but not losing yourself and getting walked over, but being strong in who you are and being solid. Now, in your fifth house, creative projects, hard to get started for the past couple of months. But now we have Saturn going forward. Now we have Pluto going forward. So now you're able to take down those limitations and those blockages to starting new projects. And a project could be a child. A child is a creative project. So in the fifth house, we also have Pluto going forward. So perhaps we had a creative project wasn't moving forward because we needed to spend some more time psychologically working with it. Now that time's up, so now we get to move forward and use that power. Perhaps there's a hurt, and now we use that hurt for power to move forward so that we don't fear anymore. Now we're courageously moving forward and we're taking the stage. You know what? I thought about this the other night. This one of the signs that's the most sociable, but it doesn't happen until after they have a couple of drinks, is Virgo. And they could totally. You have to be an alchemical. You have to find that space where you've had just enough to drink, so you're able to be a little bit more carefree, and then ride that without going too far in, and then you're going into Scorpio world where you get stung. And the Scorpio stings himself. Lots of scorpionic energy right now with Venus going retrograde, and then we're going to have the sun come up and meet there. And this is okay for you because the Virgo gets along with the Scorpio very well. You get a chance to offer the Scorpio energy of water, earth, to ground it. To say, hey, get out of your emotions and get to work. Get out of the back row of Hot Topic and find out a way to make money out of this. We'll talk on the full moon, which is happening in Taurus, which is happening in your 9th house. A good time to expand your spirituality, to look into foreign cultures, to travel foreign distant places. If you'd like a more in-depth reading, I invite you to go to astrowake.com and to book a reading with me, and we'll go through a detailed reading of your chart. Now let's go to the cards and see what they have to say, which is all astrologically tied in.
The basil's all dead.
I know, the basil didn't survive.
It was thriving and then it died.
I trimmed it. And then, I don't know what I did wrong. I got my Virgo girlfriend here next to me. And I'm a Scorpio, and she takes care of me. And what do I offer her? A little bit more in-depth look into her life. Because it could be a little bit too earthy. And so we help you to get into your psyche. It's painful, but that's what we're here for.
I was an earth sign. I was already doing earthy shit.
Yeah.
Without the permaculture part.
Without thinking about the reason behind the shit that you do.
Whatever choice I could.
Here's a card that would like to speak to you. Love hurts. You date a Scorpio, it's gonna hurt. You interact with a Scorpio, it's gonna hurt. But your heart gets broken for the better. And on a different topic, swords, air. Libra season is what we're in right now. Now, what hurts the heart is overthinking. What does a Virgo do? They criticize, they overthink, and they just hurt their own heart. So it's really y'all who put the sword into your own heart. It's like a suicidal, self-inflicted wound. With Libra season, you are mutable. They are cardinal, both air signs. You're a mutable earth, I'm sorry. They're cardinal. The Libra season, which the Virgo has to learn, as the Virgo goes from earth into air, is to think, just to think more, to react less, and to think about the bigger picture more. And then as we go into Scorpio season, it's going to help you to reflect on the emotional pinnings of it. Now we're thinking about the mental pinnings after we had the material pinnings. What we're missing right now is fire, and that's okay. That's okay. This is asking you to actually sit and to meditate and to chillax, and to not work yourself into a frenzy, because when you do that, you're going to cause yourself pain and sorrow. So think about the things that you have to be thankful for. Marinate on those. Build on those. Okay, are you not with your family right now? But do you at least have some family that you can reach out and talk to on the phone? There's a way to take a sword out of your heart and to use it and to chop off the BS. We'll take one last card. This is the Three of Pentacles. It's the person at work that their benefactors are there. So it's kind of a working, you're at work. It's Earth, so this is very much Virgoan. So this is time for you to really be productive in work, to make money into work, to have new opportunities arise, to make money out of your work. But don't stress out about it because it's just work. We're not here to work all the time. Take that time out to take care of yourself, to recreate, to play, to meditate, to yoga. We are here to do more than just work, Virgo. Love you. Work on yourself. Work on your psyche. Work on your mental acuity and your mental processes. And know that you're loved so much. So much.